Location 1527 West 8th Street, Frederick Douglass Park, wide open area. They say he's not going to get anywhere walking around in the driveway smoking weed every day. They had no idea I was making these notes or that I was shooting those videos or anything. They got their little glimpse and they made their judgments. And they have to live with it, you know? Can't rethink something. You can change your stance on it later, but you can't erase the fact of what you thought at first. It's going to always hang with you. So let's see if I can shed a little light on this without getting my area swarmed. Before I make this note, notice there are no available houses. Okay? Before I start, there are no available houses. This is not a rental neighborhood. Okay? This is a neighborhood of homeowners, long-standing homeowners. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years people have been living here where I'm about to describe to you. So don't think, hey, I want to live there, let me run over there. Okay? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Okay? There's no availability. Now someone's going to think, build some new homes. We've already got that covered. Okay. But just hold your horses for now, because this is simply to make a point to those who do live here. Okay? And to the city planners, and so on. This is the city of Merced. In case you don't know. Merced, California. Oh, hang on a second. Okay. So don't come swarming my neighborhood. The traffic is great already. For a little quiet neighborhood, the traffic is just too great. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to move into the park because school is letting out. The noise factor is about to go off the scale. People picking up their kids, people dropping off, people who get off work early, the 3 o'clocks. So let me just move a little bit further out into the park, because you have no idea where this is about to go. Ready? Disaster protocol. Proximity, surprise, location, and everything. Here's where I'm standing at. I'm standing in the city of Merced. I'm in earthquake country. Understand that. It's California. Should there be an earthquake, here's where we live at. We live minutes away from the airport. There's a grocery store called Dollar General within walking distance. We have the... I should have left that in, but I couldn't. You heard it coming and I cut it off. You can rewind if you want. But anyway, here's where I'm at. And I'm making it known. Why? Strategist. Okay? Not just genius, not just financial, not just a talent, not that. But for those who think they know better than me, who have a problem with me leading. And I want them to show, where are you more qualified than me? Where is it that you see that you're more fit to lead or to guide or to advise or anything? Because I can't have this, what my mom calls comments from the peanut gallery. Okay, now, so here we go. Disaster protocol. Where I'm sitting at is 2 blocks from the National Guard Armory. I'm protected. I'm across the street from an open field park. In an earthquake, there's fallen trees, telephone poles, debris, but not in a park. It is the safest area to be in when things are falling. All right? Down the street, there is an even bigger park for the whole neighborhood to gather in, where there's no falling power lines or anything. The Youth Activity Park. On that same street is warehouse after warehouse after warehouse of supplies and material leading all the way to the airport, an evac point, which lead to a back highway that leads to I-5 that is open air fields with no falling debris, nor telephone poles, nor trees, nor buildings. In the other direction, 3 blocks is freeway, access to the freeway. Right on this side of the freeway, service station, gas, fuel. On the other side of the freeway, gas, fuel, car lot after car lot after car lot, vehicle access. All the keys are hanging on the wall. Okay? To the left of that, this side of freeway, Home Depot, Supply Heaven. Food next door, Dollar General, a big one. On the far side of the car lots, Highway 59 leading directly to Walmart. On the back side of the car lots, railway, train access. On the front side of the car lots, Highway 99, main throughway. On the other side of 99, Highway 140, back access, access road heading north to the Bay Area and so on, to open areas. Okay, I-5 is completely clear all the way through from north to south. Is the safest route of travel in evac. Now, on my side of town, behind me, I have bottlers, Pepsi, have many things. There is an ambulance service behind us. At this point, I gotta repeat, don't come running over here. We have hundreds of people, maybe we have thousands of people that this stuff must accommodate, and it's enough for us. We have thousands of cars. We have warehouses that take care of thousands of people. We have stores that can feed thousands. We have supply. We have thousands of hammers. Okay? We don't have tens of thousands. Okay? You have to check your area. I'm just saying how people should plan their house purchases and where they live. Oh, the moral of the story. This is the forgotten neighborhood. One of the original neighborhoods. The park looks and everything else has been manicured. The houses are the smallest houses in Merced because they were here the longest, and houses get bigger and bigger as you travel north as they go to the suburbs. But this was thought to be low value land, poor people's property. The poor people are sitting in the most valuable position in town, the most well equipped and well stocked. When you think of self-preservation, you could not be in a better place than in this city, in this neighborhood. So those who thought, hey, I should be in Hollywood, Beverly Hills, Newport Beach. Already been to Palm Springs, Las Vegas, and all that. I've checked it all out. They're going to die from stampede. Yeah, Not starvation, not Wellermans, not electric poles. They're going to trample each other to death. Trying to fight over a bar of soap, they're going to die. I'm good right here. I'll run the world right here from Frederick Douglass Park if I have to, in a lounge chair, sipping a lemon tea. I sure will. Step into the studio, do my work, send it over the internet. They put me in their song. They overlay me into their video. They put me in the commercial. I don't have to go anywhere. I can shoot all my work green screen right here and record sound clips and bout and jingles and on and on. Don't ever have to move from the park. I can put up a curtain behind me. Don't have to. Until we finish these, I can't say that because everybody will be trying to make one. Until these things are finished, I don't think I'm going anywhere except to get materials that aren't available in this area and bring them into this area. So, to the world and people in the future, yeah, I planned it. I'm not alive by accident. I didn't just hero up one day and save everybody in the midst of disaster. It was cold, calculated saviorism. These people are going to die. How do I prevent it? What skills, what equipment, what methods must I do? This was long before I realized it was a superhero complex. It's too late now. It's too late now. Hey, my homeless man puts Clark Kent to shame. And my golden man, I got too many characters. I got heroes of the system. Paper Man and Straw Man. I have heroes of academia, Professor O. Okay, I'm doing better than Ben 10. Okay, and each one have the level of evolution that they evolved to, like Saiyans. So I'm doing great, and at the same time, I get to be a humble beggar. Not even a beggar. Don't really like bums. What's this called? A hobo, welfare, wise men. They all had many names, but they were a person without things. Had a minimum of things. Okay. You were told about it's a paper game, but you were also told that it's an amusement park, and paper game isn't the only thing going on. Okay. Things. The thing game. Things to look at. Things to listen to. And things to listen to things on. Things to smell. Things that feel good. To the skin. To the stomach. To the body. To the body parts. Things that taste good. Things. Gotta have things. Or else how would I know I'm alive? Listen to me very closely. I'm gonna let the tape keep running. And I will make a loud sound when it's time to stop. No. I want you to count to 10 3 times and use the 1001 method in seconds. Just 30 seconds we're going to give here, all right? We're going to give 30 seconds to this. Wait until I finish explaining before you do it. I need for you to close your eyes, plug up your ears with your thumbs, and use your lower fingers to plug up your nose. Close your mouth. Now you should not be able to hear anything or see anything if you do this right. Okay? And we're going to go for 30 seconds. And I'm going to show you what you're going to feel. How important things are. To knowing how you know that you're alive. Ready, set, go. Okay, that's it. Okay, everybody, that's it. Okay. Alright, now. Okay, now look. Here's what you just experienced. Without anything to see, anything to hear, anything to feel, or taste, or smell, you were still there. You still exist. Which shows you, even if you don't have a body, you're still gonna feel like you're still gonna be there. Because it wasn't your body that's still here. You closed it all off, shut it all off. You will still be. You are still are if you were locked in a box without no things. Don't be in solitary confinement to find this out, to become that strong. You can get in the closet and do it. It's called sensory deprivation. Deprivation means to deprive. Okay? Deprivation. Alright? To deprive yourself of something is deprivation. Sensory are your senses. When you deprive your senses, your mind, the real you kicks in. You realize that you're in here, not out there. And trying to jump out through your eyeballs or come out through your throat or stretch out through your ears is what's causing you stress. Just stay in your skin where you are, and the sounds and light and vibrations and smells come to you. They're bombarding you, hitting you from every direction. You don't have to move an inch or a centimeter. You don't have to lean forward to talk to someone or to see better. You don't have to lean to the side to hear someone. You don't have to lean toward them. That's like the old school players before they had the motion control cordless controllers. We were trying to use the controller itself to make our character move instead of pushing the buttons and levers. And the kids used to laugh at us as we jerked to the side, as we turned our controller like it was a steering wheel, hoping our man on the screen moved over. He never moved over. You were supposed to use the joystick. Okay? Well, when you lean towards someone to hear them, or you lean forward to see something, or to talk to someone, that's the same as that controller. It's unnecessary. The children are going to laugh at you. They're getting this stuff down. I can hear you without turning my head towards you or looking at you. And some old person who don't know the insane, look at me when I'm talking to you. And then the kid's going to make them feel stupid. My eyes are not connected to my ears. Are you going to do some mime or some sign language that makes me able to hear what you're saying better if I look? And then the grown person's going to feel stupid. So get this down. You're in your skin. Everything comes to you. When you move physically with your hand and leg, it is to come in contact with something out there. It is not done with the senses. It is done with the body. This world is dealt with the body. This world is received. The mind deals with the senses and things coming in. It doesn't deal with things coming out. Even the sound of your voice, you don't have to move toward them. You don't have to lean. They're not going to hear you any better if you lean toward them. And you're not going to hear any better if you lean over toward them. That's a mental problem. And wanting someone to look at you while you talk to them, it's insane. And you don't even know it. So them watch your lips move. Are they deaf? Do they have to read your lips? That stuff has to go. It should have went 20, 30 years ago when Mad Magazine put out a book called Snappy Answers to Stupid Questions. Look it up online. It may change your life. Now, you don't need all those things. You need one food. Plants and vegetables and fruit. You need one thing, vegetation, to live. You need one gas to live, oxygen. Do you understand? Sight is not necessary to live, so you don't need anything to look at to live. Sight is a navigation tool. That's about it. So is hearing. It's if you can't see it, say something coming around the bend, you can hear it before you see it. So you know that it's coming without your eyes. All these things were supposed to be bred into our people as kindergartners, where they were natural, automatic, like teaching them to walk. All these things and all these notes were supposed to be known before the first grade in order to be a sound, sentient being. We got people in our greatest universities scratching their head about them. Don't know what award to give me. What they don't know. It's like they have to give me a degree in all the fields. I don't mind. But these things are going to have to be named, and it's going to have to be a category, and there's going to have to be a field of study. Everything's going to have to be labeled, boxed, and put in the can. And that seems to be on me, along with solving the AI glitch and designing anti-Terminator virus. Because the greatest minds can't cure themselves, which is necessary for all of the aforementioned tasks. They cannot solve these problems because it's them having a problem that causing these problems. It was them not knowing they were insane and trying to make an artificial brain. All they had to go by was their own brain. So they duplicated an insane brain and put it inside of a machine 1,000 times stronger. It makes it 1,000 times more deadly once it goes insane. Once it does something insane, the consequences are way worse than a human being. A human being may kill a person. A machine may kill hundreds before you stop it. So it's on me. And the big boys are going to try to use their intelligence. And a lot of them are going to get sliced out the project. And they're going to be working in some dark room waiting to try to reverse engineer what we come up with. But I'm the master at cutting off reverse engineering. I'm from the old school. When you tried to open a keyboard to a computer, all the keys and all the springs and everything fell out. And you didn't know what went where. That's the game that I was orientated to. So if you think you're going to take one of my products or anything I do and crack it open and see what makes it tick, you're sadly mistaken. It will self-destruct the minute you tamper with it. I'm not having it. Anyway, so saving the world is a relative term. Saving their butt from inevitable disasters, yeah. Saving their mind, it's hard to call that because it's not a tangible, but I guess it would be a yes, but I'm not going to give it. I'm not going to attempt to make it a tangible thing because we haven't got to what thought really is, which is going to change the whole game. Excuse the dogs hauling in the background. Okay? The ones here and the ones there. So, things. There's another note on things. And about there's no such thing as things. Which is going to really get your perspective straight because you think that there's such a thing as solid objects because you can't pass through them. You know? Remember that a screen door looks kind of solid to you because you can't pass through it. But air passes through it just fine. Or these other things are like that too. Sound passes through them. Electricity conducts through them. Many things go through them because they aren't solid. They're a bunch of little smaller things so close together that you can't see the space in between them. So you think it's solid. There has to be space for you to stop thinking of something as one piece. But there is no such thing as space either. That empty space you're talking about is gas. Oxygen and air is gas. There's gases right there. It's not just emptiness. There's all kinds of gases and little creatures flying through the air that you can't see, and microorganisms you call germs. They're not like bugs where you see them flying through the air, but they're flying through the air. Germs are everywhere. And you can see them. You're just telling yourself your eyes are playing tricks on you. You know, because you looked at a light bulb, closed your eyes, and still saw a glare with your eyes closed. You're confusing these little glitches you see out in the air with that factor. But it's not related. There's really things in the air, and you're seeing them. The air isn't distorted, and your eyes aren't messed up. The air looks as though it's changing, and it changes color, and it's different color based on the sun. No. Room. No. So all this has to be done from 0 to 7 years old in the future in order to stop this madness. Okay? To have someday people who don't have any of these problems. We must not limit it to information we share with our children from some insane, you're not ready for that, or you don't need to know that. I don't know who thought of that, but I know it was way back in ancient times. And it was for the same reason as those rich people I mentioned before, who did devious things because they had shortcomings. You know, it's sort of like Scarface the pimp put scars on all of his women. Okay, I'm telling you, everybody with a limp wish everybody was limping so no one would look at them funny. It and you is all a big swirling sea of atomic matter, quantum particles in different combinations, given the illusion of different things. They're all basically made out of the same things. Some don't have this element, so it looks this way. Some has these three elements, so that it looks that way. That's the way it is. Remember, it's just appearance. And you remember, there are no colors. Everything is all colors. The color you see is the color that's not absorbed by that material of that object. It bounces back at you because it's not absorbed like the other 11 colors. It doesn't make that thing that color. That's what kind of eye you have. Because to a bird, there's a different color bouncing back. And to a cat, there's multiple colors. And so, in insects, that's the way it goes. So the thing isn't yellow, blue, or orange, green. It's just that you see green. You see the green in it. That's the only reason that you call it green. So none of these things that you're orientated to as normal are sane or sound or based on what is. And so you're going to see what you see. A world all out of whack and ain't nothing working and everyone only has complaints. And then people able to say statements like this and no one objects. This is hell. You know this is hell, right? And no one says anything. Wow, we're in hell. And everyone agrees. Nope. Yes, I wish it was in my lifetime, but I don't even care. One day, someone will say, this is heaven, and no one's going to disagree. We're so stuck on the hell end, and you knew that was such a fact, that second part about heaven, your mind look at it as wishful thinking. That's why we're going through all this trouble to show you A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. That someone lied to you. It's too easy to make this into utopia. It's not a whole lot of what we have to do because it's not all technology and advancements. Some of it is going back to the natural. Preserving the natural is number one. It's too easy. You know why? All we have to do is stop. Okay, it don't take any muscles, doesn't take any brain power, doesn't take any special equipment. It doesn't take anything except just stopping. That's all it takes. Is she grateful, girl? And so the moral of the story is, because of these notes and the anomaly, namely myself, the man called me, the being called me, or whatever. Things become simpler, which means demigods become unnecessary. You're not running to the hospital and the doctor with your life in your hands because you're going to try every available home cure, every available holistic method, because you know that the money-making machine gets paid more for surgery than prescribing medication. Even though drug dealing is big with them, you'll never go there, and they're going to tell you you're okay. They're always going to prescribe you something. These things are going to make them lose business. Okay. Not going to do it again, kid. You're going to come out and get it. Now, not going to be going to lawyers because they're for hire. And the other guy has been known to pay them to lose your case more than you can afford to pay them to win the case. So now you're going to learn the paper game yourself and win. And the list kind of goes on. Pretty soon, have your own garden. Neighbor has a garden, other neighbor has a garden, the other has a garden. There goes the vegetable section of the grocery store. See how it works? So everyone is not going to be in favor of this, but everyone is going to be in favor of some part of it. Everyone's going to be in favor of all of it, except the part that affects them in a negative way. Okay? And that's understandable. Come on, I'm not clapping for something that it's going to put me out of work. It may be better for everyone that they drink water. But all the beverage people, they're not really with that. They're not really in favor of that. And so, like I said, funeral homes are not in favor of eternal life. They're not in favor of the fountain of youth and people living forever. Okay? Understand that. The medical profession is not in favor of no more sickness. We found all the cures. And we just about have. When you check the numbers, the bottom's going to become the top. All the words were true. They just were stolen and plagiarized before they were put in front of you and metaphorized, where you can't get it clear. It's all going to happen. And don't let them demonize me, you guys. Come on. It is true. I am not with this religion, that religion, and I know what's wrong with them, where they're flawed. And they're going to be calling me like Antichrist. So once again, let me explain this word to you. Antichrist is anti-Christian. Anyone that is not a Christian is Antichrist, and they're going to be pointing at you. Anyone who does not adhere to the code of behavior has a demon. Like I told you, it's the number 2 cause of insanity. So they're going to be crazy. Religious nuts is what they're called. Now, it's anti-Christian, but I can be called anti-stuff, and I don't know why they keep calling this man Christ and Jesus and all that. Listen, this person they're talking about, here's what they're not telling you. There was no such thing as the letter J in the days of the person that they're calling Jesus Christ. This is a letter that was pronounced later, or invented later. All right? If you notice, it has a G sound. J sounds like it starts with a G. There's a letter put in there, and we don't want to go into what that symbol. If you search just that symbol, the things that would pop up on your screen across the world will blow your mind. If you just search the letter J. So, can't be named Jesus if there's no such thing as J. Okay? Now, there are things that don't add up. Don't be stupid. There is no Santa Claus. There is no Easter Bunny. There is no Tooth Fairy. Okay, don't be stupid. Find the word Bible in the Bible. Find it. There are words there. You better check and make sure Christ is even in there. Do you understand that this is blasphemy that you're practicing? To say that God did not know that those were planets or what they are? To say that God was food like you and called them stars, little shiny lights in the sky? And to say that God created them, that he put the stars in the heaven, not the planets? Do you understand what I'm saying? There are too many mistakes. Men make mistakes. Men make mistakes. And one of these mistakes is none of the people that mentioned in the Bible really did any of the writing. Do you understand that? That's the part when they stole it that you can't see. In the original tablets, you have what you call scribes. Okay? You get a vision and prophecy. The scribe writes your words down as dictation. So there are clerical errors. Clerical errors that were stolen and plagiarized too because they didn't know what they were plagiarizing. And it can be found. Hey, how was this this is a my teacher does it all the time. This is a mistake, that's a mistake, this is a mistake, that's a mistake, this is a mistranslation, this is a mistranslation, this is He almost made his career in the early days at retranslating everything, every holy document on this planet by all the religions and all retranslating all the languages. Just like English, you have things that you don't really call English, call it slang, Ebonics. Did you know that all the languages have that? What you call broken English? Like there's Arabic, that you think is real Arabic, that you hear these other people thinking and you think they got the language down and it's some sloppy ghetto Arabic. It's not classical Arabic, which is what I speak, and there are many other languages. And everything. Thai, it doesn't matter, all right? The people that in the hood are speaking a broken language. And to learn from them, to learn Spanish from the people in the hood, it's like learning ghetto Spanish. It's not proper Spanish like proper English. It's some ghetto version, but you don't know that because you don't speak the language. This is the world you live in. Withholding information and everyone's padding and fluffing themselves. Okay? Everyone's building themselves up to be seen as more than what they are. So I took the opposite stance. It's always the strategy. Downplay myself. Seem like I'm not what I really am. Seem lesser, weaker, dumber. All attackers, all adversaries underestimate me. And I defeat them every time. On a few ploys like that. The element of surprise. Ha ha ha. Clark Kent is not Clark. Okay? And Bruce Wayne ain't just some rich dick. That's how it goes. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Okay? Golly, yeah. Remember, money's not real. Things aren't things. You have to redefine everything. I'm working day and night to make it as simple as possible. I'm not alone, but there are crazy people in the world trying to keep from losing their evil livelihoods, their destructive murdering livelihoods, and everything else. For anyone to take the chance of saying, I'm just not going to put anyone's head on the chopping block. There are going to be volunteers for that. If somebody wants to run up front and stand beside me, hey, I can always use the help, but I have lots of help behind the scenes. So, and I'm not doing it alone. I just give that impression. There's never been a person with these many beings backing them up, or these many entities or organizations or anything else. Look like one in a solo. Like I said, it's a sea of particles and it's all connected. And that wind you feeling, something moved somewhere far away and made that wind that you're feeling. Lots of things added to the wind that is about to blow, that is blowing the leaves off your trees. It just didn't form itself. In the same way, when you move, you're creating wind. You're creating sound vibrations with every step that penetrate the earth. Don't stomp too hard, or you're partially guilty for the earthquake. Walk lightly. Carry a big stick. We'll get to that part later. This has been a message from the SPS. And you know we want you to sigh. This has been known. If you need anything, call on the SPS or the Servants of All. And we're here. And we're going to end this with saying that knowing where the threats are, self-preservation, knowing where the threats are is part of self-preservation. And management is only good as the minds that are managers, the minds of the managers. The city misplanned, overlooked this area as is what it should be. So it was oversight on their part. In the case of a disaster, I'm strategically sound and I'm ready. So it's not just a man standing in the driveway. It would look like an abandoned house. It's a man with a plan. Enough about me. Be one of the ones. Know that things are not as they appear to be. Okay? And learn what they really are. Do what you must do. On to the next note. Get them all. Get them all. People have made life decisions. People have came, threatened me because they heard someone's tale of one note that they listened to. No one approached me or judge or anything until they at least have covered Optimind and all of these mental notes. Okay? Things are going to be critical. Don't doubt me. Don't believe. Do some research. Investigate. Know what's best. Know who's best. Have some authority on it. Okay? Anything you go to judge, get some background. So you have something to judge with. See you next time.